Hello everyone, my name is Shelly Ann, and today I'm going to be talking about human trafficking should be put to an end. With this, I will make you guys gain better understanding of what is human trafficking and what's the reason of human trafficking, and that it's a big issue that should be put to an end. Human trafficking is seen as a form of modern day slavery, and that it will end an individual freedom in order they have no rights to do something. Imagine you're planning a trip to go out with your friends, have fun. You guys went, let's say, to New York. You guys get there, y'all went to your own hotel, plan everything. So you guys want to go out, have fun. Of course, it's a vacation. And then on your way out, you guys have fun, and then coming back, you got kidnapped. Now you're in a position where you cannot do anything because somebody's taking over your freedom. How would that feel? That will feel awful. Human trafficking is something that happens every day. You will see it on social media, news, everything. Therefore, I will be start by explaining what's the what is human trafficking. In order to understand more about the topic, first you need to know the definition. What is human trafficking? According to Mark Logan, the definition of human trafficking is slavery of our time, and it's an element of gross explosion, and it's a control over a human being. A best way to define human trafficking is the recruitment, the harboring, the transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person in order of a commercial sex or labor. Every year, there's millions of human beings trafficked in every country in the United States. The a crime, human trafficking involves three elements. The first one is the action, so the recruitment, the harboring, the transportation, and etc. The second one is the means of force, so the human is being forced to do things that they don't want to. And the third one is the labor and the commercial sex act. Now that you know the definition of human trafficking, how many people are being trafficked every day? The reason of human trafficking are so wrong and so simple. The main reason for human trafficking is money. Of course, there's $1 billion are being made by profit just by human trafficking. According to ILO in 2014, it was $15.4 billion being made just by human trafficking. That's really crazy. This profit will go to things like sexual explosions, construction, agriculture, etc. Um, Human trafficking is very low at risk, by meaning the trafficker will, will get a big amount of profit in um, in human trafficking, and the amount of money they get out of profit, they'll risk keep doing it every day instead of just thinking about no, let that person go. And another reason is the lack of the laws in the government, the lack of training, the lack of awareness that they do in the community, and etc. Now that you know from of the most common reason of trafficking, you will wonder how does the victims feel. Human trafficking victims faces many challenges during the time with their trafficker. One of them, the victims are being fed with lies. For example, the um, the trafficker would tell them, "Oh, if you do this, the act that he wants you to do, then he will pay you everything. He will get you everything." And then you will end up doing it, and then what do you get in return? Nothing. You go straight back to being um, treated bad, how they've been treating you, and then that's how you keep going into it. The second one is the victims being brainwashed, and that's another way they can get to do anything they want him to do. in order to get money out of it. Um, the third one is the abuse the victim goes through. All victims are being abused either mentally, physically, psychologically, in order to get money. And for what? For their body. And it's not like they want it, it's just they being forced to do it. It's a forced labor. They are being forced to do things like prostitution, um, etc. There are a lot of things they are trying to do in order to protect these people. Um, Therefore, with all these things that the victims are going through, there you're wondering what should be done in order to protect these victims from being trafficked. Today, there are two things that are being done for the crime. The U.S. government decided to put in more laws. So I don't know the law, but if you look up, you can find the laws. There's a list being made for Department of Labor so they can lower the forced laboring, so the human trafficking, so they can check more. There's a thing called Traffic Victims Protection Act. It's That's one of the law that's being put new in the system in order to protect these victims from being trafficked. Second, the community is helping. They are police officers that go into area where they know they see that human trafficking is going around or prostitution, and they will try to stop it at that moment, getting the people arrested or try to get the victims out that area and trying to better them life. And then also there are protest groups that are being made, and they help the victims and keep striving for the victims in order for the victims to get more so they can feel more safe and that they can get the help that they need. All in all, human trafficking is a big crime happening all over the world. The reason for it is so wrong and it's so simple, and the victims are going through it not only one day but a whole period of time. And if the traffickers don't get caught, that means they gotta go through it the whole life. Um, Therefore, I feel that there's things that need to be done in order to prevent this from keep happening. Like for example, they bring in more laws. They do more protests against this type of crime. I hope. I think everybody should be open to learn more about this and keep looking out for it, and then come together and try to put an end to it. Thank you.